So we could use Avalanche, as I say again, but we're gonna be forcing down their attack anyway. Oh, he's back! He's back!
My dear friend.
Oh, my dear friend, go forward, my dear friend, because that's forcing their attack down. Hello, everyone. Gomez here for the LAN Channel again. Another deck for you today. This time, we're going to a card that when it was revealed within the reveals, I was like, I need to make a deck on this on this card. So, let's get into this. So the deck is called I'll Be Back, and the reason it's called I'll Be Back is because we are working off of the card that, as I said, when I saw it in the reveals, I was like, I need to make a deck. I need to make a deck based off of this character, this card. So it is the Returned. So Khahiri? I would say Khahiri the Returned. That's probably not how you say the name, but I'm not good with reads. But the Returned bit I can say. And obviously the way that this card works is when I'm summoned, create a copy of me in your deck. When you see me unpredicted, he gains additional stats. But the most important bit is that when I'm summoned, create a copy of me in your deck. Therefore meaning that as long as you've got like him in hand, or you've got a way of trying to make a copy of him, if he's summoned, he then puts another copy in your deck. Therefore meaning that your deck should never theoretically run out. Even if you're playing against somebody playing the Watcher, theoretically, if you can keep this guy or re-summon him on the turn that they, or summon him or resummon him on the turn that they do the Watcher move, then you should be able to put this card in your deck and stop yourself from dying out that way. But I just think that I honestly think it's a really funny, stupid idea. I will show you how my idea for this guy works. So obviously it's a really kind of like meme thing to work with. It definitely is a mean thing to work with, but it's definitely something which I really want to do. So we know that obviously he gains stats from being predicted. So and that stat applies to every single version of him. Now I know there's going to be a viewer, not saying any names, I know there's going to be a viewer who's going to say, wait a minute, you're playing Freljord with Fuji. Why aren't you using Iceborne Legacy? And I'll tell you why we're not using Iceborne Legacy is because this deck is more all about trying to hinder your opponent's progress with moves such as that. So basically, imagine a standard ramp deck whereby what you're doing is using things like Ice Shard, Avalanche, this new Blighted Ravine, whatever it's called. Which you've got this, which is going to be healing you. You've got a couple of harsh winds in there to be able to stop like big attacks. You've got Fire Spirit to be able to kind of like, Spirit Fire to be able to help you with people who are running significant aggro and going wide on the board. And so the whole idea of this deck is just to get to the point where you can use Warmothers Call and then basically keep summoning this guy to the field, and then by summoning him you are putting another copy of him in the deck, which means that the Warmothers can keep bringing him back. Because he's a fearsome unit, we are actually also running this Bloodmane, who can upon attack decrease your opponent's attacks, therefore meaning that if you get a couple of him out as well, obviously I'm not saying that this guy needs to be included. I put him in the deck because I think it's a little bit funny to put in the deck, but definitely he could be taken out and you could put in what is it, the Rite of Dominance, I think it's the four mana crocodile spell. Why can't I think of the damn name of it? But it is possible. Yeah, which is Rite of Domination, or Domination, which is destroy a mana crystal or kill a unit and then basically make everyone go down this turn. So that's basically what he's doing, but I wanted a unit behind it because he as well is fearsome, so therefore meaning these two can work together. The early game stuff, and admittedly this is where your problem's going to be, that sometimes you will hit some of this early game stuff. So potentially, I could see her being removed from the deck because, although I like what you're saying, it's basically, yeah, I'm trying to work out exactly how I want this. This is how I've got it right now. You will see the deck, like I said, like I'm not actually playing the games with it, so the games you're going to be seeing are all going to be me testing this deck out. But there's certain things I definitely want the predict mechanic in, so I've put all the predict things in, which come from Ancient Preparations, Aspiring Chronomancer, and which could, like, Psy Scout, because just basically the ability of trying to get him, not necessarily choosing him, but he doesn't have to be chosen. He just has to be seen within the predictions. It doesn't have to, when you see me in a prediction. So you don't actually have to choose him upon that. So that's why I don't really mind, because there are a few landmarks in this deck, so that you can then draw and know that you're going to be getting into them, so that you can then wipe the board, or like predict again. Like, so there's a few different things like that. An hourglass is basically to resummon this guy, like protect him and resummon him, or obviously you could use it on the Xenotype Research, and the Xenotype Research yet again is the idea of trying to give him some more stats while still controlling the board, controlling your opponent, and then boom, Warmother's Call, and hopefully that's where it all kicks in. That's the idea of this deck, but I definitely think it could do with some, like, jiggery pokery moving around. This is just the concept as it is at this moment in time, but I definitely sorry, wanted to build a deck based around this guy, BS. I have not put Iceborne Legacy in this deck, but obviously I can see how it would be useful because you're creating loads of copies of the same guy. So, before we get into this, bear in mind, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. If you didn't know already, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you want to come catch the action live, please feel free to drop in there, as well as the fact there is a Discord link down below, whereby in that Discord, like, we can talk all things deck orientated, making some silly decks together. There's also a games night and a movie night that's in there, so if you want, like, monthly. So if you want to get involved with that, please feel free to, as well as that there's a clips competition that works off of the Twitch, whereby you can win yourself a little bit of money. But just hope that, well, just consider these all your choices. You don't have to use any of these choices. They're just open there for you. But anyway, let's get in and have a look and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. I believe, did Mugwai put out a deck on this in terms of Kindred with Demacia with the idea of being Undying? Right, firstly, you're going straight, all of you, straight back to the deck. Yeah, but I believe, is this some kind of like Undying deck? At least I've got Xenotype Researcher, and I've got some ways of predicting. So hopefully, if I can hit him, I can start buffing him up, which will be good, because then hopefully it's just the torrent of the return. Be like, I'll be back. I'm back. Yay! Like that's gonna be the plan, right? It's okay. Also, I must say, I am loving the new pet in terms of I'm loving like the new like ascended Cosmo. Just his ability to give himself a little tiny frisbee and go. I love the fact that it just goes like the whole way through, like the field of play. That is just like, Riot. Well done. Okay, so we're gonna throw down the Xenotype Researcher. I could throw down Scout. I mean, we go with both Xenotype Researchers. I feel like that's going to be my plan right now. And then we'll start the predicts, like, kicking off. We do need to bear in mind, like, what our opponent plays. If they go wide enough on the field of play, we might have to start using our removals. But at the moment, like, we can start using the Xenotype Researchers as defense, right? So, first move I'm going to do is immediately attack forward, just because right now they've got no defense for that. We'll do free damage. I'll take the free damage, please. Obviously, they could use a vengeance, but I doubt that they do. Okay, Chronicler. Oh, so it begins. So this has got to be an Undying deck, right? This has got to be an Undying deck, but we've at least started some buffs going in. I'm hoping that we can increase those buffs in terms of the fact that by predicting he's just gonna buff it like himself multiple times, and then if we can get here, that's what it's all about. Bearing in mind our opponent probably runs Ruination, potentially. I can't remember what that deck is exactly. I'm presuming Ruination is in there. So let's make you the weakest right now, who's most likely gonna die. I mean, he's already becoming a big boy. Do we take the predict? Oh dear. He's already become like that. That's just a slight little glimpse of, yes, my boy. He's becoming big. So at this point, it's just like I'm just trading. I'm just doing full-on trades. I know that I'm making this guy like a mark. But that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna tell myself that every little thing is gonna be okay. It's not, but if I keep telling myself that, maybe one day it might be true. He continues. He continues to become big. Do I want to take the hourglass at this point, or do I actually want to have one? I'm going to take the hour. I mean, I'm going to leave the multiple. I mean, obviously, I know that summoning him does create more, but I'm not going to summon him right now. But we'll keep the maximum amount of copies of him in the deck, so that the predict mechanic can start making him bigger and bigger. And then, well, this is our plan. This is where we make our stand. Okay, so you die. It's fine. I'm gonna have to get out removal for Kindred. Part of me's thinking just immediately go forward here. Immediately go forward. I will be playing this and this. I want to see whether or not my opponent develops anymore. Okay, so they're going with activating that way. meaning that there's this problem. Here's the thing. If I throw this out, they definitely do not develop anymore. I'm going to go with this option first. Because that then puts Kindred in the fact they might develop. So they're going to be like, oh, the avalanche is over. Everything's fine. I play everything onto the field of battle. Which I hope is what they do. I mean, I fight for the fallen. Okay, right. So, I mean, that's a problem that I can't do anything about. But I can still throw this down, which does at least mean that Kindred's at least going to be dead. And so is this. Obviously, I'm going to have the Radiant Guardian to deal with. But... I mean, crap, the level up! I forgot about the level up! They live on 1 health, which is not good. I mean, I've got Spirit Fire. It's okay. I can convince myself that everything's gonna be okay, right? Every little thing is gonna be okay. Spirit Fire, it's okay. So, that should be Kindred dead, hopefully. Obviously, we're taking a lot more damage. I wish that I was at the point where I could just, like, say I can save the mana now and totally just go for the immediate Warmothers cool, but at the moment we're just having to hope. I mean, oh, crap! Sheet. Okay, they've got the legitimate moves. They've got the legitimate moves on me. Okay, all I can do right now is try to keep myself somewhat alive. So let's throw you out first. Okay, so Avalanche or the Predict one. Avalanche doesn't really, like, help kill anyone right now. Potentially the Predict might be worthwhile, plus it will make her elusive. But I will be predicting again anyway, so it's not like it 100% matters at this moment in time what I predicted on the first one, because I'm going to be re-predicting again, so it's okay. It's okay. I mean, what I'm looking for is, like, some heal or maybe the Frostbite. If I can get harsh winds, I think like that would be the most ideal situation, but I'll take what I can. He's predicted again! So, summon the top ally from your decks, obviously, but I mean, we'll be drawing him, so I'd rather not have him on the top of the deck. I'll take this. I wish I would have kept what I had, actually, now that I know what I got from the second one. I would have preferred to keep what I had. I'm willing to pass the turn here before they just immediately kill something, and then therefore, like, I'd rather have the defense this turn. Going into their attack turn, I'd rather have the defense, knowing that I can just throw this out and just hope that from this point, it's gonna get interesting. So, willing to take the damage. I could actually even, like, throw her in front an Hourglass. Like, that's honest to God an option, right? That we could throw this in front of here and Hourglass the situation. I need to ask myself, is it with my health the way that... But no, actually no, because now I wouldn't be able to... Then I wouldn't be able to use the move that I want to use, so no, we don't do it. We don't do it! I've changed my mind! Okay, so single... Oh, smart moves, Yugi. Smart moves. Forcing me into the decision of what is better for me right now. What is better for me? A Kindred dead? You know what? I definitely am going to regret. I'm definitely going to regret this decision. I already regret this decision, but I have decided to make it, and it has decided that it shall continue as the way it always was, as we now hopefully start getting our big men. We got this guy now, but obviously he can take down their attack stats, as well as the fact that this guy can take down their attack stats. So it hopefully begins as he now, boom, our big man starts making his way. We're just going to immediately attack forward because it means that the only person who can defend right now is Kindred as we start going forward. We've got an Hourglass if it's needed. Like, obviously, if they try to kill something or mark somebody, like, we've got an Hourglass if it is needed. We also have got the ability of using Avalanche right now that would remove Kindred from the field of battle. They're going like that. We're going to go, no, none of that. Good day, sir. I mean, I guess technically I could let it happen because I know that I've got the Avalanche move. So technically, I could just let it happen, right? I could just let it happen as they now go for the Withering Well. I have to accept it, right? It's the fact that it's the bonus stats. It's the bonus stats that are gonna be the ones that kill me. So gonna throw you out just because I need defense right now. So I will be losing you, but it's okay because I haven't lost you because you'll be back. As they keep coming back. No, I don't need you. I need my man. Okay, right, that's good. This is good. This is very good because this at least means that I can actually counter the Kindred move. This is actually okay, potentially. So, doing that, we wait to see whether or not they go forward. I can accept that one dying. I'm perfectly fine with this. So, do they go forward? Do they go forward right now? Because if they do, I mean, if they do, it's okay because I've got the ability to use this. So what we want to be doing is throwing you in front of this one, and I guess at this moment in time throwing you in front of this one with the idea of taking down both of their attacks right now. So even if they had an atrocity move planned out, the atrocity move is not that good. We could have technically frozen this one because this one wasn't really a problem. We could also use Avalanche right now. Like, that's also like a really good option to me right now. It's just that Avalanche is going to play. We'll wait and see if our opponent does anything, but that's one Kindred down, right? Did we already kill one, or was that the first one? I think that's the only one we've killed, but that's one Kindred down. Our opponent develops. There's no point in me using Avalanche right now. I mean, I guess like we could get rid of the leech, but this is going to be forcing down their attack anyway. So we could use Avalanche, as I say again, but we're going to be forcing down their attack anyway. Oh, he's back! He's back!
My dear friend.
Oh, my dear friend. Go forward, my dear friend, because that's forcing their attack down. And it's like, you know, you got to start doing things about this. Vengeances or whatnot have to start coming out. We've got... I mean, it's the fact he's going to keep coming back because every single time he's being summoned, he's putting more copies of himself in the deck. So, it's okay. So, they're going with this. And is that even enough? That is not enough! And we can even heal ourselves up and be like, that's absolutely fine. Shenamo, my God, this actually works. Yes! Oh my God, the hilarious. He just keeps, he'll be back and in greater numbers. Yes, that's it. That's how this deck operates. Moon people. With PNZ, I don't actually know what this deck is. I don't actually know what this deck is, but I'm willing to find out. I'm actually going to keep these removals with a little bit of predict going on here. So I'm honestly trying to think like what this is PNZ. I did not need to see this guy right now. Oh, can we buff him still? We can still buff him. It's fine. I'm going to take this just because like it is something which then means I can get closer to Warmothers Call. So I don't mind, like out of all of those choices, that's the one I don't mind getting. I can save a little bit of mana. We don't hit him again, but we could go into a ramp / prediction move here. So I'm actually going to take the ramp.
We can always rely on you to keep us
safe. We've got a number of ramp things. We just need to get ourselves that Warmothers Call now, like in terms of the fact that we're getting ourselves closer and closer to what the idea is. Oh my God, of course. Wait a minute. So, what's in Targon?
It can be undone.
Wait, why are you timelining in Targon right now? I'm actually much confused. I know there's options in Ionia, and I will be putting a deck out on Timelines with Ionia. But what are the options in Targon that's like, yeah, well, at least, I mean, I guess, I know, but you want to be using Mentor of the Stones for his buffing. I'm just trying to think, like, what play effects? I mean, obviously, there's play effects in PNZ, which are good. I'm just, honestly, I'm so confused. So, I could throw you down, which at least is a removal for Moon Man. Obviously, if they play 2 cards right now, which is going to be very hard. I say it's very hard for them to do. Obviously, there are moves they could have, because obviously PNZ has got some 0-cost spells. There are moves that they could use that could do it, but if they don't, at least this should be potentially wiping out Moon Man. Okay, so Moon Man is down. Repeat, Moon Man is down! It's okay. We can then go into ramp from that point. Right. Of course, that's what I mean by they have 0-cost spells. Curse you, Moon Man! Okay, so we do... It's like, because they got so many buttons, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I shard to try and kill him again, but no part of me's like, do I just focus? See, look, they've got all the spells, and obviously, yeah, because they get the 2 mana coming off of being able to use that, so they're using a lot of their stuff. I'm gonna tell myself, I'm gonna hope. I mean, I guess at this point, they're both dead anyway with this, so I do the trade because they're both dead, but I'm honestly very interested in what my opponent's gonna be running. I feel like I immediately start with this. As much as he wants to go into my ramp mechanics, that I need that Moon Man, he poses a significant threat. And so, obviously, there are certain things they could have. I just need to hope they don't have them right now. Because, hush! And then, there was me thinking they had another really quick burst speed spell to help him. Okay, I wish I had the Ravine right now. The Ravine would be lovely. But see what we can get. Do we hit our guy? We don't hit our guy, but we can give her. We can, like, so as much as we want to take Spirit Fight, I can take this, which then means that she's got Elusive, which means that we can start forcing that damage in. I don't mind doing that, like starting to force that damage in, and now we can go for a little bit of ramp action going on. Potentially like predicting, like, so we either like we kind of are now looking for Warmother's Call. At this moment in time, we're kind of looking for Warmother's Call because it's going to give us just like ramp in and then just hope we keep seeing our boy. Come to me in the return. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. That's the plan. Whether or not we're going to see that happen, can't give me Warmother's Call. What we're going to get as options. Still not seeing my boy. Still not seeing my boy over here. This could be interesting, because it does at least mean that we can. I was maybe even thinking like Spirit Fight. I'm going to take the Xenotype Researcher, because anyone who I can take out of the pool of like units, so that we're starting to make it so he's like the main unit. That's the plan. Gonna go at the ramp. Technically, I did not even see how much health I had. I probably should have waited until after the attack turn. But it's okay. I'm gonna convince myself that every little thing is gonna be alright. I've got another heal. I've got a big boy ramp that hopefully will actually just take me directly into Warmother's Call. But I mean, by that I mean I hope it just draws it. See, I feel like I need units. Right now, with the fact that they've got this, I feel like I need units on the field of play. We can then go into this again. See, that's what I mean by I feel like I need those units. So, you're getting that. So, you're losing the life steal. You will... I assume you still get the sister who's elusive, but obviously you're losing the lifesteal one. There's something else which is 6 cost, which admittedly 6 cost does have some interesting features in it, including this boy. So, they still get the elusive, and they've taken Battering Ram! Okay. It's definitely interesting, if nothing else. I've got at least things that I can defend myself with next turn, because obviously the clock's going to be summoned. I really am now looking... Ooh, that's not what I need to see. That's not what I need to see, because you were going to defend me elusively. It's okay. It's okay. We can. I can believe that... There's what... When you're 1 mana away. When you're 1 mana away! Okay, so... At this moment in time, I can defend well here, and I guess we stop some of that damage from coming in. When you're 1 mana away... I might as well play this because there's no reason not to at this point, because I'm still going to go into the next turn full spell mana, so I might as well play that. I guess I could have played this guy knowing that I then would have like helped put him into the pool again, so potentially actually playing this guy would not have been the worst plan, right? Because here's the thing, there are still units in this deck which are not this man, so potentially playing the Returned was actually the smart move, because that way I would have had a unit on the board that actually would have been okay. Obviously, our opponent is going wide on me right now, and they could have the Nightfall card, which literally just stops people from blocking. Like, that's also an option. Also an option. I really wish I would have taken... There was a chance at one point where I got the chance to take Harsh Winds. I honestly now wish I'd go back and change that decision not to take Harsh Winds. Because now it's getting legitimately scary from my opponent right now. Now it's getting scary from my opponent. I will admit that there is some problematic times ahead. Okay. Let this begin. We could have done the predict card first to see whether or not we could predict this guy. So
that's new.
Okay, Xenotype Researcher, at least getting some buffs in. It's fine, I can live with that. And now we use this guy, hopefully, because if we can predict him, it brings him to the top of the deck, and Warmother's Call keeps summoning from the top of the deck, right? So, okay, I can see. I do apologise, right. Okay. I mean, they have got significant elusive damage in on me, as well as the fact that they have now also got that, so I feel I'm definitely going to need to take this, because at least that can stop some of that elusive damage. If nothing else, it can stop some of the elusive damage right now that's going to be coming at me. Not who I needed to see, but okay. So, Night Descends. Throw you out, just so that we're at least decreasing the elusive damage. We can obviously throw you in front of this. And at this moment in time, I'm willing to sacrifice your life because your health stat is at least good enough for that situation over there, so I will take it. Okay. I'm gonna stack it. I can feel the sneeze building up in me already. But at least that's those things down.
All
I do apologise. Right. Okay. So, I'm not gonna lie. This is not ideal. Did they go twice then?
When will this bloody conflict end? All things in cycles.
Oh, because yeah, no, sorry, it's because they had to time. Don't worry, I'm talking box because they had to then timelines the choice. Right. Okay. What am I on? Oh my god, the big man! The big boy cometh, and so we can freeze these two. I mean, I could just immediately go forward. Gomez, just immediately go forward. Why? But the return guy. But Gomez, this is the smarter move. But also, the return guy deserves to be in this. The whole deck is part of him. He deserves to. But Gomez! I'm gonna, you know, like you do a move and you know for a fact you will regret it. I might not end up regretting it. You know what? I might not actually end up regretting it. There's me thinking I'm gonna regret my decisions, but no, we can still go forth with this guy. And you know what? Sod it, we'll throw those ones in just as trade-offs. But that is the move. Like. It was looking pretty bleak there for a time, but boom, there he is. He has returned, and he's brought a big bloody crocodile man with him. Oh, Shenamo indeed, my friend. Shenamo indeed. You played massively honorably. I really want that. I love the fact that you're using like timelines, but without the standard combo. I honestly am interested to see what else you've got there. I still like the Ionian one personally, but at least you're trying something new. I love it. Kindred. So this is the timeline. So I believe this is the standard timeline deck right now. Okay. Scary squeak. I mean, we send that guy back, of course. Scary squeaky bum time. Actually, do we keep this? Our best course of action is to beat them to turn 9, right? Our best course of action is to predict, ramp, and beat them to turn 9. That's obviously, that deck runs so much removal that potentially we might not make it there, but we will damn well give it a go. I'll be damned if I don't try. So we've got all this predict stuff going on, which is good because hopefully we'll hit our man and help buff him up, and then we'll get to Warmothers Call quickly, and then all will be right and well. And if I keep telling myself that, it might be true. Also, it depends on whether or not they find timelines. So we've hit our man. We're gonna take this because we have got ramp, and that is the bit of that is the piece of the puzzle that we need. And you can leave now. You can leave. I understand mana. There we go. I understand spell mana. It's fine. But we've got ramp. Should be going into timelines. Hopefully through these, we should be able to start buffing that man up even more. Like that's gonna be. It is our best plan. We have to beat them to turn 9. That is our. I mean, obviously, I said ruination and whatnot are things, but I have hope. I mean, technically, maybe the better move there. So we haven't hit our man again, but we have hit the bit. So I could make her elusive. Part of me really wants to take the predict, but I will actually take the elusive instead. But next turn, we have to be using this. We have to be using this. I could have technically, I said, done this guy as the predict move instead, because by using this guy as the predict move, it then would have meant that we had kept more mana back right now, because we need to be trying to remain mana efficient, trying to be smart, trying to flood the board as quickly as possible. It's okay. If I keep doing this hand gesture, they're doing removal to remove my elusive. It's okay. So immediately go, I mean, I guess actually I'm gonna keep it back. I'm gonna hold you back. So let the ramp begin. Let the games begin. So we need to go into this route. So basically next turn we need to just keep spell mana. Next turn is all about keeping at least like 2 or 1 spell mana so that we can play this. We're go hit my man. We hit him again. Ice Shard actually makes sense against what what I'm up against. Throw you in front of here, throw you in front of here. This is fine. They're slowly pipping me down, but I do have ways of healing myself. So we've got this, which is going to be like a big increase. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, we might be able to do this, you know. We might be able to do this. So I'm starting to believe that we might. Cause I'm assuming this is the Timelines deck that does not hit Timelines. As I speak, they hit Timelines. So it's okay. It's okay. We can massively beat them to turn 9. So it's absolutely fine. I mean, do I go forward or do I leave? I'm gonna leave it. Part of me is considering doing this move next turn, but then also I'm thinking, like, if they go, like, depends on what my situation calls for, right? Depends on what my situation calls for. We have to go. I feel like we have to go with it. Obviously, Kindred can hit the field of play, and that's going to start to become problematic. I can do some moves, but I can't, like, 100% remove Kindred. And obviously, Ruination, and I guess now that's actually a 100% Kindred removal now. So we'll take the damage. We'll take the damage from what I'm going to consider to be the greater good as we do this and hopefully start seeing our man come to me, buddy boo. So okay, that's not what I was looking for, but okay, he's you know he's a bit shy. We'll see him. It's okay. So they're going for building a board, starting to get that ramp up. We do have some moves that at least mean we can do some removal. That's not who I needed to see. That's not who I needed to see. Start seeing our big boy. It's okay. I'm going to one day convince myself that I am 100% going to be fine and everything is going to be legit. Until that day comes. Okay, so they're going for the level up. They're going for the level up on her. Does make a lot of sense, I guess. But we do have the Ice Shard. So, okay. Slowly but surely we are getting closer and closer to turn. I mean, next turn is turn 9. So I am saying, why weren't you in the thing? Okay. Next turn is turn 9, which is scary. So
brought you back a few things.
We at least play him. We could actually play you, because by playing this, it means we get them down to 1, meaning that Ice Shard is an option. My main concern is the fact they just immediately Ledros, like next turn, like, just as it's all coming together. My main concern is just immediately, like, Ledros comes out and causes me nothing but issues. Let's see what happens and hope. When you got nothing left to believe in hope. So we definitely throw this down, because now Ice Shard is just like perfect removal. So I don't actually go forward with any of them. I mean, yeah, I don't go forward with any. I mean, admittedly, these two are gonna die anyway to this. We don't go forward just because, you know, there's no point right now. So, oh, what, like, if only we could have had you last turn as well. Obviously, this is the turn. We see Ledros potentially. Don't you do it, please. Let me live. I deserve to live. I'm a nice guy. Please. I mean, if you had Ledros, you'd immediately throw him down, right? If you had, so they don't have Ledros. Oh my God, there's a hope. There's a chance, people. There's a chance. Okay. So, they immediately do that. Part of me is, honest to God, just thinking Avalanche. Avalanche. And then that still leaves me the option of this and the only unit that they've got right now that causes me an issue. Obviously, they might play some more things, but we shall play that by ear. Because right now, we can Ice Shard. Obviously, like, there's many moves they can have. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, moves that do damage and cause me no end of problems. Yep, so we lose our good man. We lose our good man. Which is a shame, because obviously he was going to be a lovely force. A lovely force in stopping them. It's okay. So they go for killing, we Ice Shard, and then we can go for prediction And prediction might be able to give us lethal. I mean, maybe. Actually, no, I don't think it would. Actually, you're the smarter plan for prediction, right? Because then that's another unit on the board that we're going into the attack turn. Okay, admittedly, none of this helps me. Like, in terms of, like, I can make her elusive, but I mean, it's like, none of that helps me in terms of, so, damn it, my man! Okay, so they've got the option. It gives them now the option, like, for finding Ledros, which is not ideal. We'll go forward and start the damage because I've got nothing else really going for me right now. Obviously, there's like potential ruinations and whatnot. That's why I don't mind immediately going forward. But basically, now we're just playing the game of hope that you don't find Ledros. That has become the new game plan, is hope that they don't find Ledros. And hope that when they find Ledros, it doesn't... Because 60% of the time, it works every time. Okay, so they've still not found him yet. Still not found him yet. Which at least is something. Okay. Hourglass doesn't really do anything for me right now. I mean, I guess actually Hourglass could mean that I could save... Like, depending on whether or not I get, like, somebody who they then try to... vengeance or ruination, like we could save somebody's life, so I'm willing to take it. If they develop any more, we throw this down. Do I throw this down? I'm gonna do the heal move first so that it passes back, just in case, because I just want to see whether or not they're willing to play another unit onto the field of play, and then that then gives me an informed decision as to whether or not. So play timelines again, not that that means anything. So this just means that, because obviously what they're gonna do is force you into this one, so they're trying to force him 4 down. I mean, obviously we don't know what we're going to get off of it. Actually, I'm willing to take it. I'm willing to take it. I'm going to convince myself. If they develop more, honestly, I would consider this, but until they develop more, I'm perfectly fine with this. We've still not seen any hide nor hair of Kindred. Ah! Still a lot of things that are just going to be, I mean, I don't... Of all people to get, you find this guy. That's bullshit. Of all people to find, you find this guy. So I could still throw this down, I guess. I'm gonna throw this down. I mean, these are gonna die anyway. Like those are gonna die anyway. But at least we're taking her down a little bit. So our man hath returneth. Okay, we have got the ability of at least, like, saving him as well. Like, obviously, Ledros is potential death, but until that point, if they go for a ruination, which I honest to God hope that they do, Rekindler. Okay, so Rekindler going into who? Rekindler going into who? Rekindler into elusive, and now they've got the options of at least, like, you know, like deciding where a lot of damage goes, right? So, shall see. Potentially keeping this guy alive is actually a smart plan. I mean, I can at least defend. I mean, I guess I defend elusively. But actually, potentially keeping this guy alive because he can make it so that they can't. He makes it so that they can't defend. I mean, obviously, they could have, like, get excited or... like, they've used a lot of removal tactics already, so that's why I'm just assuming that they're not going to have those options, and hope that we find our man again. Hope that he cometh. Come to me, buddy boo. Obviously, yep, they got removal, but come to me again. Come to me. Come on, you know you want to secretly. Come to me, because we've got the man. They are deep searching right now for Ledros. Like, our only strategy right now is to hope. God, I mean, that'll do actually. I guess that'll do, because at least them going forward is. I mean, why are you in the hand and not in the thing? We go forward because there's potential chance of Ledros. Like, we cannot gamble. We cannot gamble the Ledros move right now. I mean, they still live on 1. They still live on 1. Oh, when they live. And there's the vengeance. I mean, not gonna lie, this is squeaky bum time has commenced. Squeaky bum time has commenced, because now it's just literally you're just waiting for that vengeance move, seeing whether or not it's gonna drop.
What is that?
It is literally just all it is 1 card. All it is 1 card, and you know that it's done. If you see that 1 card, that's fine. You can take her. Oh, I mean, I got nothing else going for me. I might as well do this. If we could play 2 of those, if we could play 2 of these, we'd be laughing. But obviously, just Ledros. It is the My scariest thing is knowing that, I mean, technically, I mean, you had the ability to start. I mean, I guess it depends on what they turn this free cost into, right? But yeah.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
Okay, we go forward. They can't. I'm gonna continuously keep telling myself they can't block them all. Oh my god, that was so stressful. It was just like, as long as I don't find Legend, as long as I don't find the King's Shield, we're all good. But yes, that is the I'll be back deck. I still think it needs like maneuvering around and like changes, but it's a lot of fun, and just the idea of using that card. I really want to make a card around that guy, the Returned, and so this is my deck. I do think I said that it's room for changes, but please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. As well as that, if you run this deck, please let me know how it goes for you. Like I said, if you make any changes, let me know. As well as that, obviously you can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. As well as that, there's the Discord link down below. Just thank you all so much. I have got my end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers / subscribers on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube is basically halfway there. So honestly, thank you all so much. I hope that you have a great evening, day, or whatever it is. And until next time, bye.
Flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.